Hey Zion, it's Monday, 3rd of March, and yeah, I just woke up. It's about 8 a.m. Actually, I didn't just wake up, I lied. I woke up like 3 hours ago so I could have some food and water, and I just finished doing, well, not finished, I did like half of a past paper. It's a nice day outside today. The past 2 days have been nice actually. It's been sunny and it's not been raining or cold or anything, so that's cool. You're saying Hollywood is the reason why white girls are hyped up. I don't know, man. Maybe it's the brainwashing, but we'll see. I've got something for you to think about, and once you realize it, you will see it everywhere, and it's actually so interesting to note. Okay, every type of film or TV show or anime or story out there is like made to appeal to some sort of fantasy. You might call it a target audience, but to appeal to the target audience, you need to appeal to what the target audience wants. So, last video, I spoke about superhero movies, often aimed at younger kids, so that they have a story about gaining powers miraculously and then saving everyone that they love and they know and stuff like that, right? That is something that kids would want. They would want to suddenly, because they're young, they probably don't know how like the world really works. Like, oh, if I could gain some crazy powers and then save everyone I know, I'll be the hero and it's gonna be amazing. And they're like, okay, yeah, that's for little kids, whatever. And then it gets older. But then it gets a little bit older, and you think about, oh wait, why are there so many like John Wick movies, like Nobody, and The Beekeeper, and there's like a bunch of other ones which I can't even remember right now. There's like many young adults or even old men who that appeals to, where it's like, oh, I'm the good guy because I didn't want to harm anybody. I was just going about my day until someone killed my dog and my wife, and now I have the ability, I have the power to kill 100 guys if I really wanted to. I could kill everyone. I have so much rage. You know, like realistically, bro, you're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
But it feeds into the delusion of fantasy, like, oh yeah, that would be sick. I thought I could do that. I could kill two guys with a pencil. You know, if 700 bodyguards came after me, I could take them all. You know, but I wouldn't initiate the fight though, because I'm such a humble and such a nice guy that only if they killed my dog or if they drank my beer, I would do that. Another one is like One Piece, where it's a show mainly, I guess, for young adults, which is about these pirates who go across the ocean, they travel the world, they fight bad guys, they go against adversities to chase their dreams. They all of the different pirates, they all have dreams and they all fight really hard, and they like their core motivations are they'll do anything to achieve the dreams, and they'll go together and they'll make friends and they'll make enemies, all of that stuff just to achieve their dream. And that appeals to a lot of young adults. Even though the show's been going on for ages, I assume like their target audience is young adults, and then because it's been going on for so long, like as they grow old, like people still keep watching it, you know. And it might be because people don't think that they can chase their dreams. Maybe they don't have a dream to chase, so it's motivating, or it's like it's wholesome to see these characters chase their dreams when you don't have a dream to chase, or when you're too scared to chase a dream. You don't have time, you don't have the effort, you know, and you just in your free time then you can watch these characters chase their dreams, and you can feel fulfilled through them and feel wholesome through these characters without you actually having to put in the hard work. A personal example for me is there's two examples. One of them is Severance, which I haven't watched, so I can't personally comment on, but the premise actually seems really cool. And the one that I did want to talk about is The Pursuit of Happiness, which I don't really watch movies, but I think I said earlier, I watched it on the plane from Pakistan, and it's a Will Smith movie. It's about him, and he has a like young son. I think he's like 4 years old in the movie. It's the pursuit of happiness for him. It's like, it's just the struggle, and it shows how hard he has to work to eventually, like, once again, achieve his dream, achieve like security for himself and his son. And that is something that really appealed to me, because that's what I feel like. I'm struggling, and I'm going forward to try and produce a better life for myself and then people that I care about, like you and Mama and Baba and stuff like that. And of course, like, there's no direct comparison because I don't have anyone that I'm directly looking after right now, but it's something that appeals to me, you know. It's like, oh, if you work hard enough, then you can make it. It's really interesting to recognize, like, oh, these movies resonate with me because I am the target audience. This is the fantasy that they're trying to push onto me. And also you can kind of see what kind of dreams, or what is something that like appeals to you by the content that you watch. So why is it cringe to work hard? The reason why I said it was cringe to chase your dreams, well, I didn't say it was cringe to chase your dreams, I said it was cringe to say, oh, chase your dreams. I think it's cringe because they say that when you're a kid, they say that when you're a child, they say that in like nursery or primary school, and who says that to you? The teacher. Do you think the teacher is living their dream right now? Do you think the teacher who sits there every day in a classroom full of like stinky children, which every week one of them randomly just throws up, one of them like poos themselves every other day, and they all just like pick their nose and like wipe it everywhere, you know, like, do you think that was the teacher's dream? And you hear it from some. I think the real reason is because the grind set is very much like, on one side it's very memed on, like, oh, I'm on my Sigma grind set, bro. I gotta do 7 hours of gambling today, otherwise I won't feed my family. I gotta gamble my rent money, and I'm buying some crypto coins. And then on the other side it's like, no, I'm going to the gym, I'm working on my business, you know. And then there's two sides of each other which they don't really interact. I assume that like the serious one came first, and then people were like making fun of them with the memes. I don't know exactly why it's cringe, but I have a few theories. It's kind of like some people, maybe they're scared of success, they're scared of the life that they had and they could have had it sooner. Or some people don't want to fail. They don't want to open themselves up to the possibility that they don't make it. Some people too lazy to try. Some people don't think they have it in them. Some people have the ability but don't think that they can make it. Some people are too lazy to even try. They're content with their own lives, which also leads me to another point of, you said surely if you can go from the most poor to super rich, you can go from like average to super rich. The reason why it doesn't actually work like that too often is because comfort is the reason why people like stagnate. If you're really, really poor, you have so much motivation, you have so much drive, you have so much like power and like of resentment and desire for change, that you're like, okay, if I don't succeed, I might as well just kill myself. That is like the mentality people have. It's like, oh, I cannot live like this. If I don't succeed, there's no point in me living. Which is such a dangerous mentality, because obviously like no one should be thinking about like killing themselves and stuff, but it's the truth. People do feel like that. People do feel like there's no reason. They don't feel happy or fulfilled or safe even. But when you're in an average family, then you do have those things. Like, you have people that look after you, you have a house, there's many things to be grateful for. And I'm not saying being grateful for these things is bad, but I'm just saying it's not bad. It's just not optimal for insanely like growing your wealth, because you're comfortable. There is a layer of comfort, there is a layer of safety, and that's why those sort of stories, you don't hear them as much. And also I guess you don't hear them as much because going from 0 to 100 is so much more impressive than going from, I don't know, 40 to 100.
Hello, I'm editing. What I forgot to say was, people going from 0 to 100 is still quite rare, because the amount of people that fail probably do just like die and their story is never told. But the success stories are the ones that you really hear. That's like called survivorship bias, because you only hear about the ones which were successes, or the ones that survived.
Locking in is kind of mainstream, but it's still not the traditional path. And a saying which I heard earlier was, it's cringe until it works. Which, if you think about for more than 5 seconds, you'll realize it is so true. It's cringe until it works. Talking to a camera and making YouTube videos is cringe until it works. Like, you wouldn't tell your friends about it until you have a few followers, and it's like, oh, these people actually follow you. Dude, there's so much crazy stuff people do online. Like, I stumbled across recently, my algorithm was really pushing me, like, oh, opening Pokemon cards until... Oh yeah, he would open like a pack of Pokemon cards and then pretend that he met, like, it was like acting, how would I react if I saw this Pokemon as I put, so he like would open the cards and then he would look at it and be like, oh my god, it's a giant monster, and he would just be like sitting in his car and like imagine how like cringe that would be. But then now that he's got like 10k people watching him do that, it's like not really cringe anymore. Now it's cool. It's considered. I guess it's kind of like the thing of social acceptance. That's something that like humans have always had. Where it's like socially, if people are enjoying it and watching you do it, then it's socially acceptable. And I think that's kind of a good thing, because there's a lot of people around the world which share the same kind of ideals as you and mindsets as you, and because of the connectivity of the internet, you can find those people and you can appeal to them, and so your cringe little hobby may not be like cringe anymore once you find those people and you have some sort of following. But the hard part is being brave enough to start putting out the content and start reaching your arm out into the void, like just yelling into the void until eventually someone yells back or extends out an arm, and then you realize like, oh, there's this many people who also like the same thing. They like enjoy watching my content. They do this, they do that. I made a few points I want to talk about. I spoke about all of them, and then I just randomly spewed nonsense. But what I also want to say is my nunchucks, man, and my screamer sticks. I actually wanted to put them on my wall when I got there, but it's okay. You can use them. You don't want to hold the nunchuck from that far down. You want to hold it a little higher up. I don't really have. What can I use? Okay, pretend this is the nunchuck. I know it's a lot smaller, but you were holding it from like the bottom. I would say the closer you hold it to the like where the thing is, where the chain is, the more like control you'll have over it. But obviously you don't want to hold it too close. You can hold it like a little bit, like I would say 2/3 up is like the best place to hold it, because then you'll get more range and stuff. But yeah, nunchucks are cool. I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, maybe I should learn some more nunchuck things. But then whenever I searched up any nunchuck things, there was like stuff that I already knew how to do. But yeah, I think the screamer sticks are way better than nunchucks, to be honest, bro. Like, I think in an actual battle, nunchucks versus screamer sticks would just win. You just get, one, you get more range, and two, you can fight off the nunchucks with the sticks.
What else I wanted to say was, I didn't say goodbye, so I will see you on Tuesday.